We see a very beautiful picture of nature, a forest or a wood, a little road going right through where people probably walk and make their way. But here in this video, we are going to learn about the road not taken by the famous English poet Robert Frost. Robert Frost, who was born in 1874, wrote some of the best love poems in this small farmhouse owned by him. It was in this place that Frost did farming. He taught at the nearby Pinkerton Academy, and he found his and developed his poetic voice. And later, he was awarded the Pulitzer Prize, very prestigious prize for poetry, 4 times. The road not taken. 2 roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry, I could not travel both. And be one traveller, long I stood and looked down one as far as I could to where it bent in the undergrowth. Then took the other, as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear, though as for that, the passing there had worn them really about the same. And both that morning equally lay in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence. 2 roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less travelled by, and that has made all the difference. By Robert Frost. A short summary. In this poem, Frost, the poet, brings to us the experience of a dilemma one faces in life when one has to make a choice. In this poem, the poet comes to a fork in the road, 2 roads going in opposite directions, and he doesn't know which path to follow. He is faced with a lot of indecision. He tries his best to check both the paths, see as far as he can see, to understand which would be the best way for him to take. Both seem similar. After much thought, he chooses one path. It looked to him like that path was not travelled on by many people. Now, he says that choosing that path made all the difference in his life. But the only regret he has was that he could not travel on both the roads simultaneously. In the poem, the road symbolizes our life. The poet says that the path that we don't choose in our lives is the road not taken. The path which we choose decides our future. And the important message that the poet wants to give us is that the choices we make have an impact or affect our futures. And if we make wrong choices, we regret it. So, we must always be wise and take our time making the right choices. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, meaning separated, and the poet was sorry he could not travel both. And be one traveler long I stood. He stood for a long time in this yellow wood. The wood is called yellow because of the color of the forest leaves during autumn. He looked down as far as he could to where it bent in the undergrowth. Undergrowth is thick, dense growth of plants and bushes. Now, the poet walking down a road reaches the diversion or a fork where the road divides into two, and he has to choose one out of the two paths to travel further. He stands there, looks carefully as far as he could see. He was able to see the part till from where it curved. After that, it was covered with trees and it was hidden. And then took the other, as just as fair. Fair meaning as good as the other one, and having perhaps the better claim. Better claim here meaning the better option. Maybe the other one had the better option because it was grassy and wanted wear. Grassy meaning unused by people. When people walk, the grass thins out and it forms a path. Though as for that, the passing there had worn them really about the same. Wanted wear meaning had not been used. The poet checked one path for a long time and then he decides to take the other one because he felt that both were about equally good. He adds that the path was better for him as it had grass on it, which meant very few people walked over that path. It looked unused. After he walked on the path for some distance, he realized that both of them were similar and both of them were worn out. And both that morning equally lay in leaves, no step had trodden black. Trodden meaning walked over. Oh, I kept the first for another day. Yet knowing how way leads on to way, meaning one path leads on to another in life, I doubted, felt uncertain if I should ever come back. The poet says that to him both the paths looked similar that morning. Both had leaves covering them, and it looked like not many people had stepped on them. Now he decided on that day that he would choose one path and take that path. He promised himself that he would take the other path another day. But at that same time, he doubted that he would ever come back to the same place, the fork in the wood, and ever take the second path because he already made his choice. Now, lay, black, day, way, and back. The last words of every line. Now, lay, day, and way sound the same. So we have A, formulating the rhyme scheme. And since black and back rhyme with one another, we have B and B. So the rhyme scheme of each verse of this poem is AB, AAB. I shall be telling this with a sigh. Long deep breath expressing relief, tiredness or sadness. Somewhere ages and ages hence. Ages and ages referring to a long period of time. Two words diverged in a wood. And I took the one less travelled by. And that has made all the difference. Now the poet imagines himself in the future, recounting or telling his story with a sigh. The story of how he made a choice of which road, of which path in life to take. Speaking as though looking back on his life from the future, The poet states that he was faced with a choice between two roads, and he chose to take the road that not many people had taken before. And the consequence or the effect of that decision has made all the difference in his life. Poetic devices or figures of speech. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood. Could be metaphor and imagery. Metaphor because the two roads are compared to the path that we take in life, the decisions that we make in life. And imagery, when we say yellow wood, we immediately think about the yellow leaves fallen there, showing that it is autumn. And be one traveler, long I stood. Words are inverted. It should be I stood long, but they are inverted for poetic effect. Hence, the figure of speech is inversion. Because it was grassy and wanted wear. It was grassy. The path was grassy and it wanted someone to walk over it. So, when a human quality of wanting is given to grass, that figure of speech is personification. Yet knowing how way leads on to way. Way leading on to way. Words repeated, the figure of speech called repetition. Similarly, ages and ages is also a repetition. Then took the other as just as fair is simile because we compare one road to the other using the word as. Appreciation of the poem. The poem The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost is a narration or a recounting of the journey of life. It describes a person standing at a fork, two roads in a forest, unsure which path to take. Frost, a well-known English poet who won the Pulitzer Prize for Poetry 4 times, uses the word the road as a metaphor for the journey of life. So he compares the road to the journey of life. The rhyme scheme of the poem, as discussed, is ABAAB. Figure of speech that I used are metaphor, simile, repetition, inversion, imagery, and personification. One example, because it was grassy and wanted wear. The central idea in this poem is that by choosing a path that very few people choose, a man can make a big difference to his life. Hence, we must make our decisions or select our choices for life very carefully, taking into consideration all the pros and cons, the advantages, disadvantages, our aptitudes, and when we make a correct choice, then we can hope to see success in life. Sometimes we worry about making the wrong choice. Let me tell you a short anecdote here. A kid walked into a candy store, lots of chocolates. He walked in with his dad and he was amazed by so many chocolates that the store had to offer. What should I choose? What should I choose? He kept asking himself. Come on, son, we don't have all day, his dad said. He went running around. These are my favorites. Went to the other counter there. No, these are my favorites. He walked up and down in the store, picking up bags, putting them back, picking up candy, picking up chocolates, putting up back. He couldn't make up his mind. Quick, son, make up your mind. We have to go, his impatient dad said. Frantically, the boy ran over all around the store, his eyes moving from one shelf to the other. But all the chocolates looked so good. all the options were so good he couldn't make a decision. Eventually, his dad had enough. He grabbed his son by the hand and they walked out of the store empty-handed. The young boy had tears in his eyes. He wanted them all, but ended up with nothing because he couldn't choose just one. Now, all of us are like that boy, and the world is the candy store. We have so many options available to us. But if we don't make a decision about our career, education, relationships, investments, and other important issues, we end up empty-handed. And so we worry about making the wrong choice. Another way to look at it, American singer Ariana Grande says this: I don't regret any of the life decisions I've made because with every choice I've made, I've learned something new. So that's another way of looking at the decisions that you make in life.